Hi HGTV, welcome to my colorful house in Logan, Utah. That is my bedroom, which is a quirky old house thing. So I'm gonna take you inside through my living room. My name is Ashley Wilson. I live in Logan, Utah. I actually studied interior design, and then I was not brave enough to actually design people's houses, so I did visual merchandising and photo shoot styling as my start. And then once my son was born, I was like, let's become a content creator, and that is what I do now. We are in my living room, and I wanted to show you this art I have. I had it commissioned, and it's of the outside of my house, which is something lots of historic homes do. And then over here, I have this clock. I thrifted it. It's a traditional kind of grandfather clock. It was totally missing its face and it was kind of beat up. So I painted the whole thing, glued it back together. I just think rainbows are visually so, beautiful because it's a gradient of color. And so I added it, and I just like how the light reflects off of it. And so I just kept adding it through my house, and it feels very hopeful, a rainbow after rain. You're gonna see a lot of rainbows in my house, so here's the first glimpse. We just finished a renovation. We added the pink coffered ceiling, and we also put in these silk drapes, and they are so luxurious, very fancy pants, and they make the whole room feel so high-end. In this corner, we have a dollhouse. My sister got this for me, and I just watched Wuthering Heights, and they have a dollhouse in the dining room, and I was like, well, it doesn't have to go in the playroom. It can be in my living room, and I just love a house motif. You'll see them throughout because I just think every house could tell a different story. So I would call my style a combination of cottagecore and grand millennial. I want people to feel happy and comfortable in this space. I started out years ago with an all gray house, if you would believe it. And my son was born, and I was like nesting, and I started painting things, colors that actually made me happy. And so it was kind of fun to like evolve my style. And I started with little things, and I was like one pink pillow at a time. Oh, I do like living with that. Oh, some grocery store flowers, great. And then it's evolved into like a color explosion that is very joyful. Now you've seen the living room, let me show you what's next. Welcome to my kitchen. We have a fireplace over here. It's really the cottagecore English countryside vibe, and you'll see a lot of houses in here because this is what I collected, what's really being shown in my kitchen. Little houses have a chokehold on me, and I just think they're so cute. I started collecting them during the pandemic, and I have a whole collection in here, and if you're a collector, then you can appreciate like finding one piece at a time. It's so thrilling. When I was doing the kitchen, it has really tall ceilings, and so I wanted this shelf over here so I can have decor in here, more stuff to show off. Everything's different house shapes, teapot, butter dish, and it's fun, and I actually use a lot of this stuff. I am worried about breaking it. Some of the stuff has chips on the corners, and I'm always like really sad when it happens because this stuff is kind of expensive. It's a collector's item, but I don't know, life's too short to use an ugly butter dish. So over here we have my wedding china. And we recently painted this all pink so that it's not all white on white because, it's always evolving in this house. And we have some house stuff over on top of it, the scallops to make it girly and cute, which, any excuse to add a scallop. Sometimes people call it a dollhouse, sometimes people call it a fairy tale house. And I love living in it, and when I was decorating it, I wanted a place where little Ashley could feel safe, because sometimes in my house when I was growing up, it didn't always feel like the happiest home. My house is my therapy, and I feel like I'm healing my inner child through the design and how it feels to live here. You could feel safe, and you could be who you are, and that's really my goal here. So we wanted to add a lot of character even to our laundry room, and on the windows I thought, oh, we can make bows. I actually saw Dorothy Draper, the interior designer, do this. She used to have like a really muted color scheme. And then her husband dumped her. The depression started and she was so depressed. And so part of her therapy was she decided, I'm gonna decorate with a ton of color. So the ceiling in this room is blue because Dorothy Draper painted a lot of her ceilings blue to feel like the sky. And she just thought decorating should be fun, and I love that philosophy. So the floor in here is a mosaic and it looks like a quilt. My grandma loves to quilt, so this is kind of a nod to her. I painted the garbage can because it was just like boring stainless steel, and it says rubbish on top, which is like a little cheeky. And I added fabric and scallops just because I like kept adding until I was happy with it. So this is my little hallway. We redid this hallway and I was like, I need to add a collection here, obviously. And these are little houses. They're from the 90s and each one's a historic house. It's in the United States. So it's an actual house and on the back it says about it. It's kind of fun because I've been to some of the houses and toured them. And so it's like a souvenir as well as a decoration. I get asked a lot, what does your husband think about all the pink? And I feel like the way I've decorated my house is how I am. So if you know me, this is like what it looks like. So this is my insides on the outside. And so he loves me and so he's cool with it. Let me take you into the bedroom. It's super colorful. The bedroom really started with the mural on the back wall and then it kind of went out from there. I was born in the spring and so I kind of love spring after the long winter. And so I kind of want my whole house to feel like eternal spring. So I thought a fireplace in the bedroom would be like kind of romantic and cute. I hand painted all the tiles to go around it and then my husband built the fireplace around. So it's kind of our workmanship, but also it's cozy on a winter night for sure. In our house when we bought it, there was one transom window and we wanted to add more, so we did the construction, and we also had stained glass commission that we put in for above the doors, which it adds a lot of light, and it's cool to have someone else's art in your house as well. Here's my bathroom. It is a Swan Lake theme, so you're gonna see a lot of swans in here. I also designed the wallpaper, so that's kind of a fun custom moment. My very favorite part is the mosaic on the floor. There's flowers on it. It's the first mosaic I had in this house, and then I kept adding them because it's so cool. When we designed this bathroom, I wanted a bathtub moment because I am a bathtub girly. And so we have a bath nook with curtains that frame it. So when you walk in, you see the chandelier, and it's all designed so that I can have the best bath in the whole world, which is my dream life. I found these two mermaids thrifting and I was like, obviously they have to come home and live in my bathroom. And they're so unique and unusual. I really like them. These are my pastel rainbow stairs. When we did it, I painted each rise of the stairs a different color, and they kind of are next to each other on like a paint swatch. And I think it's really fun. The wall was totally white, and so I wanted the art to coordinate with each step. I had never seen it done before, and it's kind of a rainbow wall with the rainbow stairs. The stairs used to have a huge wall right here, and it was all painted red, so it was like a death cave or something. So we tore this down when we did the kitchen renovation. Look at it, so open and happy, and you can see into the kitchen. And I am very, very happy about it. Let me take you up to the playroom next. Welcome to the playroom. I did kind of a tiger jungle theme. My son loves cats, which is really fun. We just added this board and batten, and I went to Morocco and I was really inspired by the arches, so we cut these out and put them up individually. This wall, we have this, paper roll that we built the holder for, so my son can pull it down and draw whenever he feels like it. And one of my favorite parts of the room is this play theater. So he can go back there. We have puppets and marionettes, and so you can put on a little play. We built the wood frame, and then I bought all the intricate details and glued them on and painted them and added the theater words. He does love cats, so I put a big picture of a cat on there. But it's fun. I sit up here sometimes. He does a little puppet show for me. It's good times. And I feel like this is an heirloom item. I don't want to get rid of it. And, you know, I'm going to be a grandma with this and have grandchildren playing on that. I wanted to have a hidden bookcase door for my son, so it was something fun he could play with. I'm going to show you how it works. It opens up here and it's really fun for hide and go seek, and it's just kind of like a cute little thing. I think it's like childhood dream, which is fun that I can create that for him. I bought a few board game books. You can buy them at the store, but then I thought, oh, maybe I can make my own. So I bought these book boxes from the store, and then I dye them, so each one's a different color, and then I use a cutting machine and I designed the cover and the spine, and so then it just holds the game, and then you can take it out and play it like normal. And it was fun because I took each game we had and now they each look like a book. So you can pull it off and they store really beautifully, and then you can play. And we play games more because they're out and on the shelf. I'm gonna take you into the office. I used to have a guest room and we used it maybe once a year. And now this is where I create every single day. And I'm excited to show you around. Over here we have our rainbow bookcases, and this has all of my DIY decor books, and I use them all of the time. So don't look at the rainbow and think, she doesn't read these books. I do. So whenever I want to make something new, I buy a new book on it or a used book, and it's kind of fun. I can usually remember what color it is, but if I can't, or if I'm like, I need the knitting book, then I have an app where I have added each book and put what physical location it's in. And so it's like, oh, the knitting book is a red book. Here it is. I can also search by the author. It's really nice. I used to have a job where I wasn't creative at all. I was a manager and I hated that job because I wasn't making stuff every day. And so now I get to create every day, and I get to, sometimes I feel like I have too much energy, and when my hands are busy, I can calm down more. So every day I get to make something different, and it's really fun. And sometimes people are like, how do you keep thinking about like different things to make? And my answer is that creativity is a muscle. The more you use it, the easier it gets. And I feel like I have years worth of projects in my brain. The overall house I am really proud of because it kind of shows like our journey from, I barely knew how to paint a wall. I didn't mix the paint at first, it was all splotchy. And now we can like wallpaper, we can custom make bookshelves. And it's a really custom house that we've learned like one YouTube video at a time. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love showing you around my grown-up dollhouse, but I am an introvert, so I'm gonna ask you to go.